Great. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to your first live Q&A webinar for batch 19 of the Digital Deepak internship program. Now, by now, I'm sure most of you would have been able to access your LMS. You would have accessed the master resource. You would have gone ahead, filled the form. However, what we'll still do is the first few minutes, we will discuss any of your onboarding queries, which means any queries about your LMS, accessing your assignment, how do you claim your cashback, and what is the last date to submit your assignment and all such queries. And then as we proceed further, we will also have a look at week one queries and we will cover those. So if the agenda seems clear and if you're excited to get started because this is your first Q&A, just type E in the chat box. So Nana Bandam says assignment submitted already. That's awesome. Very well done. That's really swift of you and really appreciated. Great. So what I'm also simultaneously going to do is, right, I'm going to share the link to Slido, which is this, okay? This, so that any of you who have any questions. So every week I email you a link which says, if you have any questions, post it here. So this is the link that, you need to refer to. And whenever you have any query for that particular week, you post it here rather than the chat box or on email. And what you also should do is now when you visit this link, this is how it looks like. But the problem is that a lot of times the questions that you have may have already been asked by someone. So if you see that, okay, so is there anyone who has this question, how to go to LMS and start writing assignments and where to write? I'm still not clear. Anyone who has this question, type me in the chat box. So Poonam has this question. Okay. Steffi, Rajni, Ashish, Ram, and Ramesh. So now what you guys will do is you will not go ahead, come here and type this question again. What you will do is as soon as you come to the link, you will read the questions. And if you correlate with this question, you will like it. If you think you also relate to this question, you will like it. So that way, we know how many people have the same query and we don't waste time in repetitive queries, but invest it in more productive queries. So are we all clear on this thing? Because this is very important because we'll do this every week. So I want all of you to take a moment, visit this particular link. And if you have any queries that you have, either you add them here or you like a question if it has already been asked. So those of you who are done, okay, you have either posted a question or you don't have a question, just type done. If any of you are visiting the link, type W so that, I know we have to wait for you. Done, 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 W. Okay. So we'll take about 2 to 3 minutes here and let everyone post their questions. Ideally, what I want you guys to do is to do this activity before the Q&A. So this link is sent to you on email generally. Let me see if I can get that email quickly so that you guys know where this link is, because this link, it changes every week. So I send it to you in every email. So up here, you can see that when I sent you this first email, right? Firstly, log into LMS Ready. Here at the end, register here for the Q&A, post your questions here. So this is where this link was added. Apart from that, I sent you one more email with the subject line, reminder, week 1 plus onboarding Q&A, right? On 24th Feb at 4:12. Again, here it says, if you have any questions, please post them here. So it leads you to the same link. And even in this link that I sent you in this email that was sent to you yesterday, it said, please post them here. All right. So Sagar, you can break down your question into 2 questions in that case. Right. So now we all know where to get the Q&A link. Type Q if we know. Brilliant. So what I will do is we will get started with the basic onboarding queries. But before so I'll answer all the Slido questions at the end. Right now, what I'll do is I'm aware of, the basic queries that you guys already have. I'll run you through, I'll give you demos of all the basic things that you have queries of. So I'll go right from the scratch quickly. So just bear with me if you have already accessed the LMS so that I can help out your other friends who are yet to access it, right? Is that okay with everyone? That if we do it right from the beginning, even though you may be someone who submitted it, so that everyone comes on the same page. Yes. And these are some onboarding hiccups, which are normal. For some people, this may be very new. So the duration of this Q&A webinar, I think it will end by 8:15, 8:30 today, because I will be, taking some time to show some demos, etc. as well. Great. So firstly, LMS, right? Now, the email that I showed you, right? Yes, log into LMS ready. And your master resource, right? Either of these should be enough. In here, I have shown you all the steps that you need to follow. Otherwise, what I recommend you do is just you go to this particular link to the LMS that is available here, right? This is your LMS link. You click in here. Now, if you're accessing this for the first time, we've created your account, but you need to set your password. So you go here and, right now, so I'm not signed in with this particular email ID. Okay. So what's going to happen? So all other questions, please ask them at the end, Salish, you just post it on Slido, I'll answer it for you, right? So now this particular email ID of mine, I did not make any payment with this. So now if I enter a email ID and it's not, it's showing this error, it's happening because there is no existing account with this email ID. So what email ID should you use? Use the email ID you used while making the payment. Yeah, on Razor Pure Insta Mojo. If you enter this particular email ID, like for example, if I would have written krishna@pixeltrack.com and I would click on get new password, it would tell me that, okay, it will redirect you here. But if you open your email, you will see a password reset link. So what I've also done is I've given you this guide document that in depth shows you how the entire process works. So as soon as you click on forgot password, right, and you enter it here, you'll get an email like this. So you click here, you reset your password, and then you come back here and you enter your new password. That's it. That's all you need to do. So how many of you have tried this process? Type me if you tried it in this same way. Yeah. So how many of you tried this and still are not able to log in? Type not if you were not able to log in after following this process. So if you don't follow this process, you will not be able to log in. If you follow this process, you'll be able to log in. Now, for some people, great Ashish, awesome. Now, for some people, even if you follow this process, by chance, you may still not be able to log in if you don't remember the email ID you used or any kind of issue like that. In that case, what you got to do is we have created an LMS access support form, right? So here I have also shown you the steps, how to access your assignment, right? You can see assignment access and submission process. So this in here, I cover how can you get your assignment worksheet. Right now, I'll give you a demo, but for your reference, you can always refer to this particular guide document. Now, in case you don't receive the LMS access, fill this form, okay? I have also added it on the master resource. You can see if you're unable to access the LMS, please fill this form. So you come here, you fill this form, and a support team will give you access and they will email you back. So I want to know, is everyone clear with the LMS access process? How to do it? And if you're not able to do it, what you need to do? Okay, because this is very important. I want each one of you to be able to access your LMS. And don't worry if you're not able to access your LMS. That's exactly why we have the master resource. And you can see the second tab here. Everything that is there on your LMS is also available here. And in fact, additional resources as well. So by the time you get your LMS access, you can still smoothly go on with your internship. It's just that you need to wait for your assignment submission. So anyway, you can keep that ready, and when you're able to access, you can use the LMS. Okay, great. So whoever is clear with the LMS process, type LMS if there's no hiccup or issue in that. No, we are just getting started, Nitish, don't worry. But I would highly recommend you guys join the session at sharp 7 p.m. because I will, go ahead and get started at 7 p.m. every single session. So those of you who have just joined in, since today is the first session, no issues. What I'm going to do is I'm sharing this particular Slido link. If you have any questions, please post them here. So that's about your LMS. Now, the second thing comes in that, all right, now that you've accessed your LMS, you need to use and submit your assignments. So firstly, I have linked all important resources for you. So if you see how many of you completed step number 1? If you completed step 1, type 1. If you did not watch it, type no. Oh, that's brilliant. So those of you who have questions, you have questions if you did not watch this. If you watch this, all your processes, methods, deadline, etc. will be solved. But since we are live, what I'll do is I'll just show you what this is like, right? And at your convenience, you can watch this once. I would recommend, even if you're watching this video, even if you're watching this session, still you should make sure you watch this particular video because it covers everything, right? How to create your account on the LMS, what to do if you're unable to access, how do you access your worksheet and submit your assignment, all about assignment deadline and some important steps, what to do if your assignment is rejected and how to claim the cashback, right? So watch it at your convenience. Right now, I'll just show you the essentials. That is, how can you access the worksheet? So if you click here, of course, you will not be able to edit it. Why? Because it's a viewable Google document. Instead, what you do is go to File, make a copy, and click on OK. And go ahead and rename this particular file, right? Whatever you want to call it. I would ideally say it's always best you add your name at the beginning, then let the other things stay. You can just remove the word template. And once now you'll be able to add in your answers. After you have written your answers, download it as a PDF, save it on your system, and then come back to this LMS, click on browse. Once it prompts you, you need to go ahead and, choose the particular worksheet. But remember, if you don't click on the submit or upload button, it will not get uploaded. Okay. So you click on upload and then it will show you a tick mark. Wait for it to come, right? Here you can see a tick mark and it says you have an assignment awaiting approval. So if you refresh, you will see your status like this, which means you are good to go. And what you also need to do for each and every assignment is take a screenshot. Okay, take a screenshot where your week number 1 per se over here it's visible, and this that you have submitted the assignment, that is visible. Those of you who want to repeat and see it again, what you can do is you can always rewatch the recording of this video, or you can see the videos I have uploaded. These are simple things, so I'll keep it short. Okay, are we clear about accessing the assignment type A? If the assignment access and submission process is clear. And guys, don't do this simultaneously, okay? Close your LMSs, you don't need them now. When you want to do it, you revisit this video and do it step by step, all right? So you always have this recording, so there's no issue. Prabhula, please be patient. You can post that on Slido. We are going step by step. We will not rush, all right? Great. So whoever has any queries, revisit this. This is exactly why we share the recordings. And don't do simultaneously, just watch here. These are very simple things. You'll get comfortable. So always take a screenshot where your assignment is submitted and that's what it shows. That's the other important thing. Now comes the important part about your cashback. So for that, I recommend you watch this video because, right now I can't show you the details exactly, or, you can refer to this particular guide document that I have shared with you. It shows you the exact cashback process as well, right? Cashback process, how it's exactly done. It's okay, Sonali, if you've missed writing your name in the assignment name, not an issue. So this is the process. If you ever want to refer, I'll give you a quick overview. So once your assignments are approved, you get an email, and over here, you'll have an option like this, payout link. So you need to click on the payout link and enter your details. And this is another link that guides you on, how can you do it. So don't worry about it. Once you submit your assignments, you'll be comfortable with this process, not getting into the details. And what you need to remember is this, okay? So very important point here is about, actually it's already added in your master resource. If you go to the important onboarding steps, here you can see, right? The assignment review can take up to 15 business or working days, which means from the day you submit your assignment, it may take about 15 working days for your assignment to get approved or rejected. Now, sometimes it will happen in just 2 days, but sometimes it may take some more time because we manually review each assignment. Some assignments need more in-depth review. Some assignments don't need that much time. So it varies. That's why we have given you a maximum period of 15 working days. So if you submit today, so 15 days from now would be, somewhere in the mid of next month or, the first week of the next month. So be patient until then. Yes. Are we clear about the review time? Just type R so that, because obviously I can't see you right now. So I'd just like to know how many of you are here with me. And, this is how we can constantly interact as well. So that if there's any kind of hiccup, which I see, I can spend more time in actually clarifying that rather than moving forward, right? So that's how it happens. And cashback generally happens, within 2 to 3 days max. Otherwise, it always happens immediately. Now is the important part. So Vishesh, I just showed you can submit it here on the LMS, right? So these are your other important links. So by screenshot, someone's asking. So the reason you are requested to keep a screenshot is because, sometimes some students may say that, okay, I submitted my assignment, but it's not there. Or if you feel that, there's any issue. So if you take a screenshot, in fact, with the date somewhere mentioned, it becomes like a track record for you for your personal safety in case, there's any technical glitch, etc. All right. Cool. So next up, what we'll have a look at is your internship schedule. Okay. How many of you have questions about the deadline? Because I saw on Discord as well, everyone, a few of you, in fact, I can say were confused. Yes. So there's no need to be confused about your deadline. As was informed to you in the launch webinar, you get a total of 3 months, but we go ahead, give you 1 additional month as well. If you see from the last Q&A, you still have one more month to submit your assignments because the lessons will go on for 3 months continuously. So if you missed out on any lesson, you still get 1 more month to go ahead and finish it off. Now, what I would recommend is that, look, for all your assignments, your assignment deadline is going to be the same. But that doesn't mean you have to wait till 13th June to submit your assignments. It just means that's the maximum time. So what you have to do is try to do it every week on week, right? So tomorrow is when week number 2 will get released for you. So your weekend target should be that you will completely complete assignment number 1. Okay. You will watch the main lesson. So just how you can see week 1 here, you'll be able to see week 2 lesson. So you finish that. Every time after you finish a main lesson, the second thing you need to do is watch the guidance video, which helps you in completing the assignment, gives you an overview. Then if you have any questions, you can either discuss them on Discord or you can post them on the weekly Q&A forum so that we discuss this on the Q&A webinar. And then you should go ahead and, try to just submit it and get things done. So is my voice not clear, everyone? Okay, I saw 2 comments. I was just confused. Great. Thank you. Right? So my personal suggestion to you would be you complete your assignments within 1 week, but you do have ample time until 13 June, but that doesn't mean you push it until then. And what it also does not mean is it's not like we will process your cashback on 13 June, guys. Okay, don't get confused there. If you submit your assignment today, 15 days within that, your assignment will get approved. The payout link will appear on your profile that I showed you, profile and that particular section, and you can withdraw it whenever you want. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the assignment, deadline, cashback, and other things. So are you clear? If you are, just type A in the chat box so that the first stage, everything is sorted. And if any confusions, I highly recommend you go back and watch the recording of this particular session, because I can see almost 80% of people responding and saying A. Yep. According to your suggestion, we should submit the week 1 assignment by this weekend with the week 2 video, right? Absolutely, Vishesh. That is what I recommend for the best internship experience, that by this weekend, you complete your first assignment and you watch the main lesson of week number 2. And you also get started. So, guys, like this is how your ideal day should look like, right? Let me just add it as a rough sheet here. I'll delete this later, right? This is how your ideal day or, week should look like. Say that, today is your Q&A. So Friday is when a new lesson is launched. And say, it is about 2 hours, right? Max this is. So what you can do is, if you have time on Friday, right? Your task. Right? So your task should be to start, maybe, so if you're someone who has attended the Q&A, or if you have any queries. So what you can still do is watch the previous Q&A video. Like I'm just doing it very practically, okay? Because see, on Thursday, say today, we have gotten done with the Q&A. So tomorrow's Friday. What you can do is watch the previous Q&A video and complete assignment. Saturday, what you can still do is you can, number 1, still work on week 1. Yeah. So say this takes you about, 3 to 4 hours maybe, but it's a weekend, or, you wake up early or you spend some time at night. This is some max hours, okay? And this is subject, it's going to vary. It will depend based on how much is done or how much is left for you, but I'm just realizing. And what you can also do is you can spend about, 1 to 2 hours on the new lesson. So you can either do this here, or you can, do this here, okay? It's up to you based on your convenience, Saturday or Sunday. And if you want to spend more, if you think you don't want to do anything on Saturday, you can shift this completely to Sunday as well. Yeah. Is my screen clear to all of you? Let me know, by the way. I can also zoom in a bit, right? So this is what you can do. Saturday and Sunday, you plan out. But you make sure that your week 1 assignment is complete and you have started watching the week 2 lesson. Now, say by Sunday, you have completed watching it completely. Now, you make it a practice that every morning on Monday, you will wake up just 1 hour earlier. And, so assignment explanation videos, say you can complete it in about 30 to 45 minutes. So 30 to 45 minutes of watching assignment explanation video. And now you have 2 days of time, 2 mornings to actually work on your assignment. And why these 2 days? So that if you have any questions, any queries by Wednesday night, right? And in the middle, what you can do is when you are here, right? And that's it, your cycle follows. Right? So you've subscribed to training program. If you take it seriously, now, for instance, if you registered for an offline class, don't you think you would go visit it every weekday, weekend, whatever the timings are? Would you or would you not? So if you take it that seriously, the results that you will get from this program will really be transformational, right? Because we are here to support you. We are here because we want your success. So there's just a little bit of effort and discipline that you need to add. And once you add that flavor of discipline, right, it will become very easy. So, all of you go ahead and, after the session, take out your phones or notebooks or, a Google sheet like this, prepare a weekly calendar, because this is exactly why we give you the schedule, so that, with the dates, what is going to get released when. So if you have clashes, Holi is coming, you think that, hey, I'm going to be busy on 17th March, I'm traveling. So, or an 18th March. So then you go ahead and, make plans like that, right? So everyone, go ahead and, okay, so I'll just keep this draft weekly planner, right? How many of you want this? Any of you who want this here, just type yes. Great. So all of you already have the master resource link, right? You can just scroll to the last tab. Just also if you want like a proper template, then you should add the date also, right? Over here, date, day, DDIP schedule, what's happening there, estimated time. This is for yourself. How much time you think you will need, right? So maybe we can put it this way. 2 hours or 1 hour, right? That will depend on the assignment and how easy or difficult it is for you. Of course, it may take more time also. I'm just giving you random numbers, right? So no, we have not never told 2 live sessions. We have always told 1 recorded session and 1 live session every week. Yes. So now are you guys feeling more confident and more disciplined in the way you will approach this particular program? Trust me, you can completely ignore this. I will not face any problems. You will also not face any problems right now. But later, if you follow this, you're going to actually thank yourself. Oh yeah, so you guys will not be able to edit it if that's the concern. You need to go to file, make a copy and click on OK and then delete all other tabs. Don't refer to that. Keep this. So this is how you delete it, right? Just right click because this is a copy. So in this, I'm going to right click, I'm going to delete and I'm going to click OK, right? And then you can just use this for yourself. It will be editable. Okay, good to go, guys. Type GTG and then we will proceed into week 1 queries. Dot at 7:28 until 7:30. We were going to discuss the onboarding queries. Now we can move towards week number 1 and then towards Slido questions. Super. You guys are amazing. Keep this energy going and we'll have a lot of fun in this program. So in fact, what I also quickly want to do is show you Discord, right? So how do you study for further lessons? Nana, make your own timetables, right? Rajesh, assignment submission date, as I already told, you can see it is 13th June, but it's up to you when you want to submit it before that. You can do it anytime until 13th June. So what I also quickly want to show is how you can use Discord. That was something I wanted to cover for you guys. Over here, you can see you have various sections. Now, a lot of you will have week 1 doubts. So what we'll do is for the ease of convenience, all queries related to week 1 assignment, okay, anytime you have a doubt, come and post it here. And your fellow friends can also, go ahead and let me see is messaging on for you guys. I just created this. Yes, it is. So what you can do is, right, anytime you have a query, which is not, maybe you don't want to wait until the Q&A, you want to ask your friends. So you can come in here and, you can post it over here. Is my Discord screen visible, by the way? Yep. So you come in here, anything related to onboarding, you can see, right? So this is assignment 1 query. So this is not the right place. Assignment 1 queries should come in here so that anyone now, so how many of you have completed your first assignment? Just like me, or, you're clear about it. So Savita says she's done. So anytime Savita has some free time, what do you think she can do after she has completed the first assignment? That's okay, even if you have not submitted. Even if you are almost going to finish, you have a good idea. You will help out. You can spend some time to see questions here, right? Because when you do this interaction, you're not helping us. You're not helping them. You're actually helping yourself. Why? Because when you interact with other people, you are forming connections. You are creating relations. You will grow, not them. So if you do this, that is why we have a community. Otherwise, we can just keep these weekly Q&A sessions. I can sit and answer all your doubts. But come on, that's also, going to be like just one perspective. Of course, you always have these sessions. But when you have time here and you do this, trust me, you grow. Yes. So like that, for every week, I will keep adding different sections over here so that you can know how do you break things up week-wise. And you know where to help people. Now, you don't know week number 3 assignment and week number 3 assignment is out, but you can still go to week number 2 and help out others. Yep. How many of you think this is a great idea? Type G. And how many of you don't like this idea? Type D. And trust me, guys, if you believe in karma, so this is a very personal opinion. I personally believe a lot in karma. I've always seen it at work, seen it at place. So if you believe in karma, right, if you're going to go help, it's always going to come back to you. You're going to find it in times where you need it the most. So not with that intent, but still remember that it always works. So don't hesitate in helping out. Another thing is that, so Sher Bahadur, please go ahead and post the question on Slido. Now, announcements tab is basically just for me to share updates with you, right? So keep a tab on this because every important update I will be sending here. Q&A recordings will be shared here so that you can easily access them. Now, anything else that you want to discuss, right? So for example, I'm a little confused, anything you want to discuss related to DDIP, okay? Or digital marketing, you can discuss it here. Now, any memes that, here you can see some non-related stuff that are there, funny. I think I saw a very funny, like my reaction after watching Success Mindset video, Nana karte pyar hum DDIP se kar baithe. Or, daily life, normal life, average life, DDIP students life. After completing DDIP, since Pushparaj is trending so much, main jhutega nahi, right? So all memes and just some fun you can have here. And over here, whenever you have any success stories or something you are happy about, double your happiness by sharing it here. Or other queries, you can share it here. Yes. So are we clear how to use Discord and not just use it, but how to make the most out of it? Brilliant. Lovely. You guys are lovely, lovely, amazing. Great. Awesome. So now let's get to the part where we will talk about your assignments. And guys, please complete all these steps. Even if you are someone who has not created or done these particular steps, go ahead and finish these off by tonight max, because all the form links are going to close today. Okay, I was waiting until the Q&A. So just gave you guys one more day extension, but go ahead, fill whatever you are yet to over here. All right. So what I'm going to do is in your master resource, in fact, let me close all the other not required links to make things easier. So how many of you are pumped up? You're enjoying whatever's happening so far. So Rajesh, I think you have missed the orientation. Welcome kit will get delivered within 1 month. Okay, how many of you are enjoying, pumped up, excited to get started, to be on this journey? Super. Great. If you have any questions, don't get into negativity, just relax, okay? So Khushbu, if you think you can go ahead and you can change your username to your name. That's a good suggestion, in fact, right? So she asked, Khushbu asked, what if someone has a different username rather than their name? How will I know who am I helping? How will they know me? So what you can do is you can go ahead and, you can make your usernames your real name. So that way everyone knows who they are talking to. So right now the Discord community is what we'll be having. We have discontinued WhatsApp. Earlier we had WhatsApp. Right now we keep it on Discord. All right then. Let me go ahead and, so who's okay. Those of you who want the Discord link, it's updated here. Earlier we were gonna not, but right now we have gone ahead and we have updated it. Discord community link. You can post it on Slido, Nitish. Great. So just type go if you're ready to go dive deep into assignment 1, and we will get into it right now. Aditya, you have my email ID. kamna@learntoday.com. Yeah, that should work. Superb. Let's go. So firstly, you'll see I have updated something in the class and assignments tab that is an FAQ document. All right. And you need to go ahead and, So guys, I will now only take questions from Slido. So anyone who has any questions to avoid further distractions, please post them here so that, everyone can also stay focused. Type focused if now for the coming, I don't like to close the chat because I think that's really restrictive. So until and unless really required, I don't like to change the chat settings to, all hosts and panelists or close it. So let us maintain discipline ourselves and use the forum that is meant. I will answer all your questions. No, doubt about that. So just go ahead, post it there and type focus so that the chat can be open, but we can all be focused. Okay, I can see only few people typing focus. Type F. Okay, I'll make things easier. Now I'm sure the chat box will flow, right? Great. It's okay. We are a generation of smart work. So let's stick to that. I'll share the questions link here. Oh, great, Sriram. Now, up here, I have updated a FAQ document, and this is your particular assignment worksheet, right? I'll give you a quick demo of each and every question because I feel that will cover most of your Slido questions rather than, doing and answering just your Slido questions. I'll give you a quick and brief overview of the entire assignment via this FAQ document. So first question, what is something you believe to be true that nobody else agrees with you on? Now, the point of this question is that, to mention what is it. So just give me a second. Let me see, is this editable? Just a sec. Yeah, great. So then let me quickly update this because we added it here. Or is it already updated? Let me check. That's done, right? Okay, great. So the trigger list seems to be working now, should not be an issue. So firstly, what is something that you believe to be true that nobody else agrees with you on, right? So here I have already added some prompts. So basically you can write about anything, right, which you believe but other people don't. Now, based on, your particular life, the things that people believe in or with you may be different. Now, a lot of us may have supportive families and a lot of us may not have. Okay, so if this link is not working, let me update it. So is it not working for all of you? Can you guys just quickly check this? Can you all open the assignment worksheet and tell me once if, this link is working for you guys or not? Can you all check once again? It's redirecting, not working. Working, not working, because we have updated it, I feel, but just check. So if it's working, type W. If it's not working, type N. I can see a lot of W's working. So most of you say it's working. Yeah. If it's not working, you can refer to this on the master resource. Working now, right? Great. Super. If it's not working, use this from the master resource. Right. So let's come back. What is something you believe to be true? As I was saying, this will depend. If you are someone where, how many of you feel you have supportive families and friends around you? Type S. If you don't have supportive families, type N. So this is what we'll keep the chat box for, okay? Some engagements here and there. So we all come from different kind of environments, right? So Rajesh, I already told Rajneesh that if it's not working, you can use this particular link from the master resource. Okay? Great. So supportive, not supportive will differ. So if you are someone who's having supportive family, probably, they may be believing in, most things that you do. So you will not write anything like that. But a lot of times your goals and dreams are bigger than the people around you. So you can go ahead and write something from your personal life about your capabilities or, about you following your passion or, about you quitting your job and starting off. Apart from that, if you have a kind of belief system, for instance, a few minutes back, I mentioned about karma. How many of you believe in karma and how many of you don't? So many of you do, but a lot of you don't. Some of you don't as well, right? Okay, well, most people do. That's interesting. I always thought most people don't. But anyway, if you have a belief system like this, okay, and a lot of you may also still feel that honesty is the best policy, or you may feel that, okay, family is the most important, everything else is secondary. Or if you may feel that, okay, money is not the primary determining factor. I know I can live a happy life by just not focusing on that, whatever your belief is. But around you, people don't believe in that. You just write and speak about it. So you are requested to write about one thing. If you want to write about more things, go ahead and do it. Yep. Are we good to go with question number 1? Please type 1 if we are good to go with question number 1. Lovely. What are the top 3 objective truths that you have discovered in your life via experimentation and results? So firstly, what is the meaning of objective truth? Objective truth is something that does not change based on opinions and perspectives. But in this context, when we are asking about objective truths, if we just ask you to tell about objective truths, it doesn't make any sense. Like, for instance, this is an objective truth in real terms that, the value of pi is equal to 3.14. But these objective truths are not exactly beneficial to you. So the objective truths you mentioned here are, basically things that you feel are true and you can back up from statements for your life. Once again, if I take the example, so say I'm someone who believes that your mindset is everything. A lot of people will say, no, mindset and all is secondary. Your hard work and how much you plan things, that's primary. But I will say, no, mindset is everything. If you focus on your mindset and you try to just stick to it, you have clarity in your thought, automatically things in your life will start falling in place. Now, if this is a truth that I can back up with an experience from my life. So for instance, after I mention this truth that mindset is everything, I can back it up by an incident in my life where, I can say that, yes, there was a point in time where, I was really, having the hard time. But once I started journaling things out, got clarity about what I want, I saw that as soon as I got that clarity and decided to continue with positivity, opportunities that I wanted automatically came my way. But say people around me don't really believe this, right? But irrespective of them believing or not, if it is something I can back up with what I have experienced, that is what essentially we are looking at here, right? Because it says 3 objective truths you have discovered in your life through experimentation and results. So what are 3 objective truths personal to your life? Something you have felt holds good after experiencing it. Yeah. Did you all get an idea about what we are asking about? I've already given you some examples here. Entrepreneurship can be learned through practical experience. What goes around comes around. We can control most things, but not everything. So any of you who want to give an example and want me to validate it for you, you can post it in the chat box. Savita says, I believe in process rather than a goal. You have to focus on your daily activity rather than just thinking about, oh, I have to achieve the goal. Absolutely, Savita. That's an objective truth for you. But once you mention that, also write an activity from your life that, you feel somewhere backs it up. You can just leave it here, but I would say go that extra one step, write about that experience that made you think this. Yeah, Ramesh Babu says, whatever we have set our mind, we can do in actions. I believe in conviction. You got to believe in yourself. Yeah, you can do that. But write the experience that brings out this belief so that, what you're doing is you're also enforcing this belief in your own self. So that's why do it. Market will go up in the long term, no matter what. Absolutely, Anand. That is something you can write. You can talk about some experiences or why you believe in that. Stop, guys. Share. Why should I didn't get you? Why should people not post in the queries or whatever they are saying? Please, can you tell me what's the issue, Sher Bahadur? So we are the reason of our problems. Yes, Shubham, exactly. Mindset and consistency is everything. Shriram, yup. Syed says people, including friends, will only stick around until you have money. Yes, if that is something you have felt, experienced, seen, write it. Can I write the results I got in the digital marketing journey? So essentially over here, not really. Week 2 is when we get into fundamentals. You get a lot of opportunities to talk about your digital marketing journey. Here, what we are trying to do is get some clarity, get some alignment done. We'll lose multiple connections once we start sorting our priorities. Yes, Divyani, absolutely. Padmaja, I believe in goals, not in process. Fair enough, right? So everyone's objective truths are different, but we have our own experiences to back them up. You mean story? So Argya asks, you mean story of my life where this objective truth happened on the way of my life? So basically, you don't have to tell the entire life story. What is the truth that you believe in, and the incident or whatever story respective to that part that you want to add. Okay. So is question number 2 crystal clear? Yes, I can see some more responses. Sounds good, guys. Okay, great. Success. Okay, great. Let's move to question number 3. Now, how many of you have queries about version 2.0, type 2.0? I know most questions are from this part. Generally, this seems a little intimidating. First of all, don't take stress, okay? Because the moment you start thinking, oh my God, I have to write an assignment. So I was, so let me take a moment here and, go a bit off track. I was just seeing a TEDx video on procrastination. How many of you suffer from procrastination? Type me in the chat box. We all do. Trust me, we all do. So it gave me a very interesting perspective. What they said was, hey, you procrastinate, but do you know when do you procrastinate the most? When you are stressed. Because when you are stressed, what you do is you push taking action, and that's why it gets delayed. It's not like you don't want to do it, but because the task seems sometimes intimidating, sometimes you feel you don't have the skills, or sometimes when you have lack of confidence in yourself, you start feeling that, oh my God, I can't do it. And hence you procrastinate. Now, the reason I mentioned this is because, can you guys tell me that somewhere you were getting a feeling of, being scared or intimidated about writing your 2.0 version? How many of you were feeling that? Scared or stressed? Type S if you felt any of these emotions, or if anything else, you can type that. You can be honest. This is your community. We are just 120 of us here. It's me. So there's a very close space. You don't have to just, hold anything back, right? Some of you are not, but I can see most of you are. So if you get into this, right, you're going to spoil your entire internship experience. Don't let it happen. Work on it at the very beginning, because if you do it now, you try something different, it's going to carry on for your next assignments as well. And that's exactly why I'm taking a moment to actually take a pause and tell you about it, right? So that's the first thing. Don't see it as a big task. So what's your task here? Let me break it down for you. First question, since most of you are like, I don't have a blog, what should I do? So we know you don't have a blog. We'll teach you how to create a blog in week 4. Until then, what you can do is go on any of the platforms, right? So any of you who have a LinkedIn account here, you can use your LinkedIn account. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, or you don't want to post it on your LinkedIn because you may be in a job and you don't want to tell everyone in your connection what your 2.0 version looks like, we understand. You can go ahead and use platforms like medium.com. So in here, we have shared an article with you which talks about how do you use medium.com, because it's actually pretty basic, but we understand a lot of people may be new. And if you want to get some hand holding on how do you publish an article, you can watch this video, which shows you step by step how to add the title, how to add the text, how do you publish it, how do you add images, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So you can use medium.com, you can use Quora, you can also use this platform called Blogspot. Okay. Whatever you want to use, you can use. And if you have your own blog, feel more than free to use it. And how many of you cannot post on any of these public platforms? Type P. So Arya, I've updated the link in the master resource. Type P if for any real reasons you cannot post it publicly. So can you tell me? I get that, Shubh. So, Shubh says, I'm scared. Can I post it on WhatsApp? I've been bullied. Okay, if that's the reason. So can you guys educate me about your reason so that I can suggest a solution accordingly? I can see about 10, 12 people have said that they would not like to post it on public forums. What's your reason? You can put it in the chat box just to give me an insight. So I have Shubh's response. So Shubh, if your reason is that you're scared of being bullied, I would say you should totally go and post it on a public platform. Because if you're gonna go into hiding, it's really going to push down your confidence and belief in yourself. So in a case like this, I would recommend you still do it on a public platform. Rohit also says people will start demotivating me. If these are your reasons, I feel you should not let that take priority. It's okay. Let them demotivate you. Go on Medium. Maybe people don't follow you on Medium right now, right? So when you do it publicly, it gives you a kind of strength. That's the only reason we recommend you do it publicly. Yes, Akash, Blogspot is okay. I'm already a part of other organization. It would affect my career. Yes, exactly. So if you have a reason like this, right, then what you can do is you can write it in a Google document and you can click on share after you write it. And you can just make sure that you change it to anyone with the link can view. Okay. Only if you have a reason like it may affect your career, I recommend you use a Google Doc, otherwise do it publicly. Okay. So are we clear with where to publish? Type C if we are. So now, some of you may think, yeah, if I don't reply, so what? Trust me, all your responses are very important because that's the only way for me to know whether, everyone is able to catch up or not. So yeah, every response counts. All right. So don't think that, okay, so many people are responding. It's important. Now, so where can you publish? It is clear. What can I do if I don't want to do it publicly? Done. I'm not able to figure out my 2.0 version. So if you are someone who is just confused, I have added some prompt questions for you over here so that you can get some things to write about. So you can think about what do you not like about yourself or about your circumstances. When you know what you don't like, you will be able to, go ahead and know what you like, right? Because you will remove these and write the opposite of what you don't like. Similarly, you can directly write about what you like. You can just for 1 second, not doubt yourself, and whatever you would love to see yourself do, you can write about that. You can think about your dreams, your goals, what you want to do for yourself, for your loved ones. You can include that. What you want to do for society, you can do that. What you want to do for the world, you can write about that. If you can also ask yourself questions like, what would you do if you did not have the pressure of earning money? What's your ideal career path? If you could go back 5 years in time, where would you invest your time? And, if you were to be famous, what would you love to be known for? What is your, basic things that you want to do that's there in your bucket list? You can take a combination of all these things and, you can go ahead and then you can realize your 2.0 version. Okay. That's awesome, Devyani. She's excited to post it on the internet and believe it will help her manifest a 2.0 version. That's a beautiful way to look at it, Devyani. Yeah, so I've already updated the FAQ document for you guys over here. Yeah, can you all see it? Maybe what I'll do is then I'll just add it separately here so that it catches your attention. All right, is this better? Great. So the recording will actually be coming in here. And then the resources. Yep, cool. All right, now so the next question that I generally get is, how do I have to write it in the present tense, future tense? So don't write it in the year 2023, I will have this, or in the year 2025, I will become that. No, write it in the present form. So imagine that a journalist knows about you, right? And they are writing about who you are. So you will write like, Kamna is this, or, Kamna has done this, or Kamna is doing this, in that form. How someone else would write about you, say in 2025. And in the assignment explanation video, the sample is already there. DD has shown you how exactly you have to do it. There's no upper limit, minimum 300 words you have to write. And You don't have to essentially write it in the worksheet. Over here, you just have to add the link to your article. Don't write your article here. Just share the link with us up here. And of course, you can add images. You can do whatever you want. You can get creative also if you guys want. And if you want, you can mention that this is at the end. This is a part of the Digital Deepak internship program. If you don't want to mention it also, it's fine. It's up to you. So any clarity you guys got? If you're clear about question number 3, please type 3. If you have a question, no, you don't have to add a video, Chandni. It's your wish. I mean, that's a great input. If you think you want to add in video, go ahead and do that. Add innovation, add creativity. It's your 2.0 version. Super. So what's now? These are all easy questions. What's your personality type? What did you, learn? Yeah, so Ashish, it can be a Medium or it can be a Blogspot link. Glad to know, Prashant. It's helping you out. No problem. So it's up to you, Sunanda. You can write it by introducing yourself. You can start with a interesting tagline. For example, Sunanda beats the world record, or, wins Olympic medal in the gold, wins the gold medal in the Olympics race. If that's what your vision is, you can start with that headline and then you can talk about, we are so happy, and then it can be a story. It's basically like a journalist is talking about you. Rajni, you have multiple platforms. You have LinkedIn, you have Blogger, you have Blogspot, you have WordPress.com. You can use any. So what's your personality type? So go to 16personalities.com, guys. If you want, I have also added the link in the FAQ document. Just go in here. It's a very interesting thing. So let's have a quick discussion here. What's your personality type? I am a mediator. Or maybe you all can actually just go to the discussions bit, okay? So post it there. What's your personality test result? I am a mediator. Okay, so I have posted it on Discord, and I want you guys to quickly go there and send in your responses so that, we have a track record. In the chat box, we're going to lose everything. So I'll share my screen. I don't know if it's visible. So, okay, who's Rude Blood? What's your real name? Let's see what is the maturity. Adventurer, Sagar, great. Advocate, Sunanda, Savita is an architect. Also, we'll see a lot of these now. Advocate, defender, Aarti is an advocate. And what you guys can also do is, right? So if Sunanda is an advocate and, Arun is also an advocate, you can see this reaction button. You can just go and send a thumbs up so that, we can see what is majorly winning after you send in your response. So that's another thing that you guys can do. I don't really see any mediators. I was waiting to hit in a like button and send the like reaction. Ashish says I'm a straightforward. Okay. Okay, so finally I see a mediator in the house. Awesome. So we can see architects, advocates, logisticians. Okay, Partha is Rude Blood. Great. Or whatever types have already been sent, you can just go and quickly react to those as well. Right? So keep sending in your responses there. Let us go ahead and, have some interesting conversations there. Keep the community engaging and active like that. Yes, Syed, you have to include the link. Great. I see one more mediator. Kudos. All right. So we'll get back to the assignment, guys. One sec. So just give me a sec. Let me also put my laptop on charge. 1 minute. So no worries, Jyoti. That's fine. We'll help you out personally. You can always reach out to us after your laptop is back at support@learntoday.com as well. So be rest assured. Okay, so let's get back. Great. Absolutely, Milind, you can. So after you get your personality results, you can type that about your role model. Of course, we recommend, you go here and, whatever your type is, you go to logician and, whatever role models you see up here, right? We recommend you find someone from here, but if you cannot relate, you can write your role model in general. That's okay. Question number 5 is easy. There are 7 emotional states that are covered in the assignment video. In the lesson video, write the 7 positive emotional states out of the 22 emotional states. I have already explained that over here. I'm not getting into the details. Similarly, in question number 6, that's it, right? Top 7. Yeah, this was a different question. So what are the top 3 things that you will do to increase your emotional well-being? So how many of you are here with me? Just type WU, which I often ask, which means with you, to know I have your attention. Great. So what are the top 3 things that you will do to increase your emotional well-being? Here, you're going to take a pause. You're going to ask yourself, what are 3 things that you absolutely love to do, right? Now, there are some things, I can say the little things that make us feel alive. Yeah. So for me, I can say if I just go cycle, if I go take a walk in nature, or if I play any sport, it makes me feel really positive. Second, if I journal, I feel great. Third, if I read in a particular day, it makes me feel awesome. So these 3 things are things which, I would do to make myself in a better emotional state. What are the 3 things you would do? Play with my dog, exercise, yoga, traveling, listening to music, long walks. Parth says watch friends, walking, yoga, play with my kids. So Chandni, positivity would be vague. Write an activity or write something that you can do. If you think talking to a therapist, talking to your friend, talking to your family members, maybe what for a lot of people, sketching is therapeutic. For a lot of people, stitching is therapeutic. For some people, any kind of activity that they do, it's therapeutic. Something like this. Wake up and see my parents, painting, feel the air, music, observe others, play the bass, reading, cooking, exercise, meditate, music, read some motivational stuff, right? Whatever works for you, write the top 3 things. And you can definitely refer to the success mindset video as is mentioned there that, you can go ahead and include as well. You don't really need to explain it. That's fine. Now, tricky question for a lot of you, but it's not that tricky, honestly. Have you ever cut corners, which means cheated or acted in an unethical way? It doesn't need to be illegal. Even immoral things can count. If yes, how did it make you feel? So there are 2 parts to it, actually. First is letting out what was the activity. Second is writing about how it made you feel. So it's not, so let's actually take it step by step. I've written here, cutting corners means cheating, doing something wrong, unethical, etc. But it's just a feeling where you feel you have not done the right thing. And, you should have considered someone else's well-being or opinion, but you did not, right? So what you have to write about is think of an incident which did not make you feel so great about yourself. And, you somewhere knew that what you had to do was not what you did. You had to do something more ethical, but you did not do it, right? So firstly, write about how it made you feel, because it's okay. We don't want you to go and share your incident if you feel, it's something private or personal. But what you need to write about is keep that incident in mind and let out what you feel. That's exactly what you're asking about. However, if you want to mention it as well, of course, be rest assured this information is confidential. It's up to you. What is mandatory is to write about how you feel or what you felt about it. If you feel guilty, you feel you should not have done it, you feel you did it out of anger and you never do it again, right? Whatever that is, you can write it over here. Are we clear with question number 7? Yes, please type 7 if question 7 is clear. So a lot of you have gotten the drill of the way in which you have to clarify if you got a question or not. Super. Amazing. Now, what are the 10 books you're planning to read in the next 1 year? Go ahead, make a list. We've also given you a list of, different books that you can read. If you've seen the master resource, here's a long list of books. So you can go ahead, mention those. If you're someone who's not a reader, I'm sure anyone who's like that, how many of you are not readers? Type NR if you are not a reader. If you have more than 10, please feel free to add it. No problem, Devyani. Please do. So if you are not a reader, I already have my answer ready for you. That if you are someone, what can you write? You can check out some books and set the intention that if you would read, what would you read? Right? At least set the intention. Ask in your community. Absolutely, reading is very insightful. So why I think reading is important is because, tell me one thing, do you think we learn from our mistakes and from other people's mistakes? Like if someone tells you that, hey, dude, the utensil is hot, don't touch it. You'll obviously not touch it, right? Will you touch it? You won't. Which means if someone has already gone through something, they know that the gas was just turned off. And if you do that, it's definitely gonna hurt, right? You'll try avoiding it. Now, you may also have an interesting perspective here, right? You may come and say, hey, what if his heat tolerance is less and mine is higher? And if I touched it, it would cause no harm. Yeah. Do you think that could be an counter argument that just because they are saying doesn't mean it's right? Yeah. So it's okay. Now, no one is forcing you. What's happening is you're just reading to expand your perspective, to expand your mindset, to take away what you can from other people's life, and whatever aligns with you, then carry that forward. So that's how I look at books, that learning from, it's basically like people's experiences and knowledge summarized into, a couple of pages expressed beautifully. So yeah, that's all it is. So just go ahead and set an intention. And what are the things you have started measuring regularly, right? For instance, you can write it for your business, career, or professional growth. For example, you can set an intention. So for example, I recently last year learned a meditation technique called Vipassana. Any of you aware of that? Type V if you've heard of Vipassana. Any of you who've done Vipassana already, by the way? Who's done it? Type me. Oh, so Savita's done it. Okay. Oh, a lot of you have heard of it. Ashish has done it. Sushil has done it. Parth has heard of it. Muskan has done it. Brilliant. So I did Vipassana for the first time last year, and I felt it was beautiful. It was a great experience. And in fact, I've seen and felt like, okay, it somewhere does bring a lot of positive experiences in your life. So one thing that I measure is to measure the number of days on which I practice my meditation. Okay. So Rajesh is asking, what is it, Kamna? So Vipassana is basically a meditation technique, right? And it has centers all across the world. So you can see dhamma.org is the organization. There are a lot of organizations which do it, but I like Dhamma. So the Bangalore center is called, Dhamma Pafula. And you can see that, what happens is they show you the process, how to apply. They have dates, different dates over here. You need to apply much in advance, right? So if you want a 10-day course, you can see it's full. For new women, it's still closed. So again, for April also, it's already full. Even for, again, the April course is full. So you have to wait until the 4th May course opens on 4th March. So literally 3 months in advance, you have to apply because that's how high the demand is. So it has centers all across, so if you are in, say, Bombay, right, you can just type Vipassana Mumbai, for instance. And whatever is, the Mumbai websites, they will come up and you can always apply. So if any of you are interested in meditation, I think it's a beautiful meditation practice to learn, try, and experience. And I personally loved it. So you can, go ahead, apply, and maybe someday you can go, and when you come back, don't forget to share your experience with me. So that's one thing I like to measure. Second thing I like to measure is, maybe how much or whether I read or not. on any particular day. That's the second thing. Third thing is maybe, you want to measure how much water you're having, whatever you want to measure. If you're talking about your business, you want to measure what's your ad spend, or, what's your revenue like, or, if there's any particular thing that's becoming a bother, your accounting is not in place. So what is it that, you start measuring? So this is an open-ended question. Write it in any aspect. Yep. Please type 9 if we are good to go. Diet, absolutely, Ashish. You can use Healthify Me and you can track your daily practice. Yes, Sushil. Vipassana is the teaching of Buddha. Originated back then. Okay, so looks like Didi has also joined us in here. Hello. Okay, so I think.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Awesome.
Hey guys.
How are you?
Yes.
What a
I'm good.
surprise. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
I just wanted to come and say hi to everyone. So I think the Q&A session for the first lesson is going on. Fantastic. So yeah, over to you. Continue,
Okay.
and I will
Sure.
give my inputs as and when possible.
Done. So we're just having a brief discussion about, all the assignments, and we were just here. So I was just talking about Vipassana as like one of the things to start measuring regularly. Some of the people have already done it, and we were just getting to the last question. So in question number 10, basically what you need to do is, so here, basically all you need to do is, as you can see over here also, you just need to answer the question with a yes or a no. That's all you need to do. You don't need to add all the details here, but what you need to do simultaneously is to do like a brain dump. So you can do it either, on like your diary or a piece of paper or on your mobile phone. And a brain dump essentially means something very simple, wherein, you just go ahead, write the list of all the things on your mind. It's literally like dumping everything out of your brain and transferring it to either a system or on paper or anything like that. And the reason for sharing this list, right? So if this list is not accessible, go to the master resource and, you can use this other list that we have updated here. The reason for adding this link is it's not mandatory. It's just that it gives you starting points, trigger points, right? It's a trigger list. So it gives you triggers or starting points for writing and thinking of all the list of things that are pending in your life so that you're able to list them down. So you don't share the list of things with us. After you do that, we trust you. It's a very simple activity. Once you do that, just type yes or no over here. So that's pretty much about question number 10 as well. Type 10 if you're clear with this particular question as well. 10 on 10, right? Great. So what we'll quickly do is, now if there are any questions on Slido that seem to not have been covered, so Syed, if you have a question, go ahead and post it here on Slido. So Parth, question. Okay, so all right, queries are about question number 10. So then you can tell me in the chat box. All you have to do here is write yes or no. Once you do the brain dump, come in your worksheet, type yes. I mean, that's ideally what we are looking at. If you've not done it and you type no, we'll reject your assignment and you can resubmit it, right? But ideally what we are looking at is you do a brain dump. That means, so you can begin with what are your pending tasks. So you begin, say, with your personal life, for example, if you want to do that. So, say that, you have to go get your license ready, you have to go shopping, you have to go get some utensils, you have to go get your bike serviced, you have to go get, you have to buy something else, you have to get whatever things are pending in your personal life in general, you list those. Then whatever is pending in your work, you can list those. And that way, if you forget some things, right? So that's exactly when you can refer to this. So commitments or promise to others, for example. So what have you committed to your boss or partner? What is your colleague waiting on for you to give to him or her? So you list down all those tools and things. And that way you have a complete list done. So no, Akash, not really. Yes, you just have to write yes after the activity is done, Anand. Yeah, Akashra, you can do that. Yeah, Savita says, watch the full video, guys, first, and then everything will be clear. Okay, done part. So what we'll do is I've shared this link. I'm sharing this once again. Any questions which remain, you can post it here. Otherwise, I'll just quickly run through what is done. So can we discuss related assignment related doubts in Discord groups? As I showed you here, this is how we can best use it. You can use this section, and then, each person, whoever has done the first assignment, they know that, okay, if I have some time and I want to help out people with first week queries, I have to go here. Similarly, for each week, there'll be a section here. This is how you can use Discord effectively to get your answers resolved. What if you ask doubts later? You can do that. Of course, your doubts will be solved even if you ask later. There's no restriction as such, but they'll always be discussed at the end. So for example, there are like 30, 35 questions on Slido. Maybe 2 questions are about week 1 and we are on week 2 Q&A. So I'll be prioritizing week 2 questions first, definitely. Then at the end, I will be answering, week 1 queries, because we'll prioritize in that order. We asked 2.0 version. I don't have a website. So I think we've already clarified this. How to go to LMS, what to write. Again, I've already shown you in the starting of today's session how you need to do it. Plus, on your LMS, as well as here, you have a basic onboarding video, which is a must thing that you need to do. So watch this. You'll get all the clarity that you have still not got. When is the deadline? Again, as we said, you can submit it before June 13th, but ideally try to, create a planner for yourself. Try to complete it week on week. How can I post? Just make a normal post, on like LinkedIn, create an article, very simple. Just create a profile, start typing. That's it. Do we have to edit the doc? So what's going to happen is, again, as I've shown the demo, I think these questions were asked before the session. So just go file, make a copy, it will become editable. And then you download it. That's ideal. So, you don't really need to download it as Microsoft document, then upload it back. It's easier if you keep it as Google Sheet and directly download it. Even for you, it's easier. You can do it the other way around, where, you download it as a Microsoft Word file and then you save that as a PDF. But generally what we recommend is just make a copy directly so that there are no formatting changes also whatsoever. And then, you just download it as a PDF and upload it. This is done again. Trigger list. Again, you have your solution up here. If it's not working, take it from the master resource. But as we checked on this session, most people were able to access even the...
Or you can just go ahead and Google getting things done, David Allen trigger list. It's a standard one. You will find it on several websites.
Can I post about my 2.0? No. Again, as we discussed, at least if you want to do it on a Google Doc. But again, for this particular reason, still do it publicly. The only reason to do it privately if it affects your career for any case as such. Yeah, sure. You can definitely add that. But the thing is that this time when you're answering your 2.0 version question, you're doing it as a journalist is writing about you, right? So then it should be like, what you can do is that, 5 years back, Shubh had made his vision board and it looked like this. And then you can attach the image rather than just randomly attaching it. So again, you can let your creativity flow. This is one of those assignments where, it's not very restrictive. So take the liberty, take the leverage and, go try it out that way. This is done. Again, we have already updated it here. I've shared the link with you for Discord. And even how to join it. You can check the orientation video or you can check this particular document, but honestly, there's no hand-holding required for that. So this is happening because you may be typing on the announcement tab. All other tabs like discussion, they are very much active. Everyone is able to type there. No, so you cannot add Germany. I think Samit, this as you, I guess you also emailed and this was the same response or on Discord, somewhere not sure, that you cannot, we cannot deliver it in Germany. You can add an Indian address so that we can ship it there. So this is covered again. I remember this is an old question. What's the first assignment done? Let me know. Again, this is over. Again, done. How to write the answer. Deadline of first assignment already discussed. what is assignment first? Already shared on the LMS and master resource. So Sushil Kumar, the Discord group that you are on is your community group. Everyone from DDIP batch 19 is on that. But we do have certain other, communities where we'll have different people answering questions, etc. But right now, the group you're in, it is your batch. Do I need to give introduction? Again, I gave you an example of if you want to give a particular introduction, how you can open with a tagline and do it. Covered, I'm not being able to understand. So if you have not done many experiments with your life, so question number 2. So what are 3 objective truths? So they don't have to be something massive. Anything that you feel on your basic life, day-to-day life also, you can actually, go ahead and write that. So there's no right or wrong answer here. Totally depends on, what you have seen, experienced, etc. Can I change the blog title? Yeah, absolutely. Wow, I mean, definitely. You don't have to go ahead and write my 2.0 version. You can also start with, a big achievement. Say that's the biggest achievement by the year 2027 that you're looking at. So that can be the particular title, and the content can be related to who you are or what you're doing until then. So link has been shared anyway. What is the link to publish in? As already discussed, the link to your 2.0 version, that one you have to share. So Ashish, I guess you would have posted this before you saw the first week's assignment. You have already seen what the assignment is right now. When do we submit? Done. I'm not able to log in despite entering the CAPTCHA. So again, as shown in the beginning, if you're seeing an error which shows that your account is not active, in that case you can fill this LMS access support form. If there's any other issue like actually CAPTCHA validation, then you go ahead and you just try to do it once again, refresh it, try from a different browser. Only after these things don't work, fill the particular form. Do we need to download the first week's assignment? Again, I think this is a repetitive question. You can do it either ways. Generally, we say make a copy, edit it, download as PDF, upload. However, if you want to download it as a Word doc and then upload it as a PDF, no issues with that as well. We care about you being able to edit it and upload it as a PDF on the LMS. That's it. How you do it, if you want to follow this method or that method, whatever is comfortable. So this is again done. What is the deadline? Done. I have taken the steps. Progress bar is still 0. So once your particular assignment is approved and there's it's processed and proceeded towards the next particular week, the tick mark will show. And apart from that, if you're talking about the progress bar, you need to click on mark as done for yourself. Right? You'll be seeing an option somewhere. Okay, right now it shows in progress. So wait for the next week's assignment to come and wait for this particular assignment to actually get approved. And then you'll be able to see it that way, that it's done. So for you, essentially, the point to know whether it's done or not is your assignment approval. And the steps that we mentioned, if you're talking about this is just to guide you so that all the important links that you have, they are all in one place for you over here. And you just log into your LMS and everything you need is sort of like in one place. Yes, when you submit the assignment and it's approved, that's when it will progress. Timeline is done. Should it be here? So it depends. If you want to discuss it with the community, then you post it on Discord. If you feel after discussing also you need more insights, you can post it on Slido and we will answer it for you. So how can I work on measuring finance, daily routine? So these are simple things. I personally do have one template. Maybe what I'll do is after the Q&A is done, I'll see if I can get that. It's like a habit tracker, which allows you to, somewhere track your primary habit and secondary habits. I'll see if I can get that. And if I get that, that should help you out. Okay. I'll check on that after we are done with all the questions. Can I use my husband's GST? Absolutely, you can. If you're not comfortable, use it more. Download the mobile app that will streamline things for you. I'm not a person, I'm not a good writer. So Padmaja, trust me, the fact that you are saying you're not a good writer, all of us start from there. I'm sure, when you first think that you need to write 300 words, I've gotten so many people across batches who've told me that, I was so scared to write an article, but the second I started writing it, I realized I've crossed 1,000 words. Okay, so the only way to overcome this.
I would like to add something here.
Yes.
I mean, she just expressed that she's not a good writer and she can't express her feeling in words, and she expressed it in words.
Yes.
Right in front of us by writing it, right? So if you can express this, if you can write 2 sentences, you can write 10. If you can write 10, you can write 100 sentences and you can write an article, right? So it's as simple as that.
I think that speaks directly for itself. How can we know the answers? So what's going to happen is you will, if your answers are incorrect, if you've seen the onboarding video, there's, a part which shows how do you resubmit your assignments if it's rejected. So if there's any kind of error, your assignment is rejected, and you will go ahead and get an email about it, and you can change it and you can resubmit it. Yes, you can get a cashback even if you skip an assignment and you submit it. Yes, you are. You can submit 2 assignments in the same week on the same day. No restrictions as such basis that.
Yeah. You guys can actually submit all the 12 assignments just on the last day also, but nobody ever does that. Nobody ever can do that.
Yep.
And people would start submitting as and when they complete the assignment. So
absolutely. So if your LinkedIn account is private, don't post it on LinkedIn, right? Or you make your account public. Check the link on incognito. If that's not working, of course, you need to, try a different platform. As simple as that.
cool. So does anyone wants to do a live interaction? Wants to come on video? Let me know in the chat box. I will put you live. And you can talk about your experience of watching the first lesson, first video, and how the DD experience has been so far. No one? Everyone's so shy today. Okay, I will put Abdul. Yeah, Abdul, you should be able
So,
to.
am I audible?
Video also. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So, how are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm also doing fine, sir. So, it's good to see a lot of people in this program. I'm really excited to interact with you. So, I was waiting for this moment because I have been following you for the past 2 years, sir.
Okay.
So, I think I remember I was attending your webinar at 2020 May that time, but I couldn't able to attend your program at that time. To be frank, I felt that this program is not something really works because you were talking about this cashbacks and all. I didn't believe it. I thought that most of the people would enroll for the programs, but what they used to do is that they couldn't do these assignments and you will get this profit. So I that had that thing in mind. But after that, after 2 years has been passed on, many of the students, many of my friends have attended programs, and they have been sharing that I Abdul, you just attend this because it's really work. I think one of my friends recommended is Neville Porras. So he was said me that go and attend this program because it's going to help you a lot. So then I was so excited, and then I joined and enrolled for your program. And also I was also following your email marketing course, so which is a free course which you offer. So I have been following it for the past 50 days. I have been having a note. I think almost I finished one note, sir.
Okay.
So finished one note. I was taking insights of the thing which you have said. Is really helping me a lot because I have been working as a digital marketing consultant in a startup. I don't have any much idea in what is digital marketing, but after seeing your email marketing course, I'm getting a lot of ideas. So I'm really excited. So that's what those email marketing campaigns, and also I was looking at your digital marketing videos, the 25 free video course, because it gives a lot of insights for me. I was also recommending to my relatives and my friends to attend the program. They were like, okay, Abdul, I will attend. So really
Okay.
excited, sir. Thanks a lot for taking your time and coming and sharing all your insights for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thanks
lot,
a
sir.
lot. Super energetic and super enthusiastic. And I think that gives us everyone a little bit of energy, right? You see someone with so much energy, you can draw a little bit of energy from them. Cool. So anyone else wants to try to be even more energetic than Abdul? Let me know in the chat box. I'll put social online. Anyone else? Let me know in the chat box. Yes, social, go ahead. Okay. Anyone else? Or Sushil, if you can come online, not yet. I'll put Share Bahadur online.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, actually today I'm here because the email that you send me every day, I used to see all the emails and I used to be motivated through your emails. And also I used to watch the YouTube videos about like others, how they are doing great after your internship program, sir.
Cool. Awesome. And you have a green screen and all in the back, I can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you do YouTube videos?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have discontinued.
Okay.
Before I used to make some videos on stock market, sir.
Cool. Awesome. Great. And all the best.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Cool. So does anyone else wants to come online? We'll just do one more interaction before winding up today's session. So Ram Kishore says yes, but in Hindi. I think we can do that. Yes, Ram Kishore, go ahead. Can't hear you. You have to unmute. Yes. Go ahead. We still can't hear you. You might have to check your audio input on your Zoom settings. We can't hear you. Yes, go ahead.
सर क्या आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हो?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
तो सर मैं इंटरेस्टेड हूँ इस फील्ड के लिए, लेकिन मेरी इंग्लिश काफ़ी वीक है, काफ़ी तो नहीं, लेकिन जैसे मैम कामना मैम जो बता रहे थे वो मुझे लगभग 30 से 40% समझ में आ रहा था। तो एक डाउट है कि मैं इस फील्ड के लिए इंटरेस्टेड हूँ, लेकिन ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम मुझे इंग्लिश की आ रही है यहाँ पे। तो इसके लिए क्या करूँ समझ में नहीं आ रहा सर।
So आपको क्या करना है कि इंग्लिश थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल होने के लिए बहुत सारा इंग्लिश वीडियोस और मूवीज और न्यूज़ चैनल्स ऐसे देखते ही रहना है। तो एक तरीका हो सकता है।
नहीं सर, वो तो मैं सब कुछ करता हूँ। मुझे अभी जैसे ये जो DDIP है इसमें पूरी तरीके से एनरोल होने के लिए, तो वो लाइक अभी असाइनमेंट के लिए कैसे करना है क्या नहीं करना है और
कोई
मैं
आपका फ्रेंड होगा हो इंग्लिश में अच्छा होगा?
जी जी सर।
हाँ, सो उनका हेल्प थोड़ा ले लो। अभी
हम्म।
आपने बोला कि 30-40% मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, वो भी
जी
गुड ही है। उतना तो वैल्यू आपको मिल रहा है। एंड जो प्रेशर आ रहा है ना, आपको इंग्लिश में थोड़ा स्ट्रगल हो रहा है,
जी।
वो प्रेशर तो यू हैव टू गो थ्रू दैट प्रेशर। उसके बाद ही आप लर्न करेंगे। अगर आप किसी इंग्लिश रिलेटेड स्टफ आपको डिस्कम्फर्ट कर रहा है तो आप उसमें इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए ना,
जी
अगर यू हैव टू इम्प्रूव योर इंग्लिश।
डीडीआईपी में अगर मुझे कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना हो तो हिंदी में पूछ सकता हूँ क्या मैं?
आई थिंक यू कैन पुट इट इन इंग्लिश। इंग्लिश में चैट में बोलेंगे तो आई थिंक कामना मैडम इज हियर टू
ओके
आंसर
ओके।
इट।
थैंक यू सर। मैं 1 साल से फॉलो कर रहा था, और आई वर्क इन ए आईटी कंपनी लाइक डेस्कटॉप पब्लिशर 9 to 6 एट जयपुर।
ओके।
तो काफी 2 महीने वेट करने के बाद मैंने इस कोर्स को ज्वाइन किया। तो मैं चाहता हूँ इसमें अब मैं अपना 100% दूं, लेकिन बस
हाँ,
यही है कि इंग्लिश ही मेरी मेन प्रॉब्लम है, बाकी आई एम फुली इंटरेस्टेड इन डीडीआईपी सर।
या अगर आपको असाइनमेंट में आंसर्स हिंदी में लिखना
हम्म।
है तो लिख सकते हैं।
नहीं नहीं सर, इंग्लिश में नहीं लिखना है मुझे। मुझे सिर्फ मेरे जो डाउट्स आए वो मुझे हिंदी में
हाँ,
ही पूछना है, बाकी मैं सब
हाँ,
करूंगा इंग्लिश में ही।
हाँ, अंडरस्टैंड तो इंग्लिश कर लेंगे ना, सो
हाँ हाँ।
पूछ लो क्वेश्चन हिंदी में। आई थिंक स्लाइडो में आप हिंदी में हिंदी सेंटेंस डालेंगे तो
हम्म।
वो आंसर हो जाएगा, नो प्रॉब्लम।
ठीक है सर, मुझे कैशबैक की टेंशन नहीं है। मुझे ये है कि इससे 100% मैं सीख के जाऊं, यानी
100%।
हाँ।
हाँ,
क्योंकि मैं इसमें फुल्ली इंटरेस्टेड हूँ। तो
हाँ।
ऐसा नहीं हो कि मैं इसमें 3 महीने दे रहा हूँ
हम्म,
तो इसका मुझे रिजल्ट नहीं मिले। मुझे एक्चुअल में रिजल्ट मिलना चाहिए। जैसे मतलब आपने बताया मिलेगा, लेकिन
हम्म,
एक डाउट रहता है कि मान लो कि मेरी पर मतलब मैं मेरी तरफ से कोई कमी रह गई तो वो थोड़ा डाउट रहता है।
हम्म,
बाकी जिस हिसाब से आपने जो पूरा प्रोग्राम बनाया है और हम उसको फॉलो कर रहे हैं वो काफी अमेजिंग है। ऐसा पहले मैंने देखा नहीं है। ये
हम्म,
मेरा इंस्टीट्यूट है, मैं बच्चों को कंप्यूटर पढ़ाता हूँ
हम्म,
ऐसा का 3 साल से।
हम्म।
ऐसा इंग्लिश में मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन जब मैम अभी लिया इन्होंने webinar, तो कुछ चीजें मेरे को समझ में नहीं आई।
हम्म,
तो
हम्म,
वो डाउट रहता है कि मैं असाइनमेंट करूंगा या नहीं करूंगा था मेरा।
हम्म, ठीक है, आपका वॉइस थोड़ा स्किप हो गया। आपने बोला कि आपको असाइनमेंट आप कर पाएंगे, वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, वही आपने बोला ना?
हम्म।
सो
जी
अभी
जी।
जो भी असाइनमेंट आप कर सकते हैं कर लीजिए। अगर 2-3 क्वेश्चन को आप आंसर नहीं कर सकते तो भी असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट करके सबमिट कर दीजिए।
सर आपका आवाज कट रहा है और वीडियो भी कट रहा है काफी।
आई थिंक आपका इंटरनेट में प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, क्योंकि आपका वॉइस भी कट रहा है। यहाँ
ना।
अभी थोड़ा बेटर है।
क्लियर क्लियर है सर।
हाँ, क्लियर है।
यस यस क्लियर
ठीक है।
सर।
ठीक है, आप जो भी
हम्म।
असाइनमेंट कर सकते हो कर दीजिए। अगर 2-3 क्वेश्चन आप नए आंसर कर पाएंगे तो भी हिंदी में ही ऐसे डाल दीजिए, हम असाइनमेंट देख लेंगे। अगर असाइनमेंट को आपको इम्प्रूव करना है तो हम आपको कांटेक्ट करके वापस बोल देंगे। और डिस्कॉर्ड कम्युनिटी में बहुत सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि वो आपको हेल्प करेंगे। सो गाइस, आर यू गोइंग टू हेल्प राम किशोर? इफ यू आर रेडी टू हेल्प जस्ट टाइप यस
जी सर।
इन चैट बॉक्स। ये आपको बहुत सारे दोस्त बन गए अभी, सब आपको हेल्प करने के लिए तैयार है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है आपके लिए।
थैंक यू सर सर, थैंक
हाँ।
यू सो मच। अब्दुल का जो मैंने अभी देखा उसमें कितना एक्साइटमेंट था,
हम्म।
मतलब बहुत मुझे उनके वीडियो भी देखे भी, मेरे से पहले उन्होंने
I have to put Ram Kishore
बात की,
back as an
तो
attendee. I think we are
उससे भी
unable to.
काफी मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल बढ़ गया है, क्योंकि काफी अच्छा लगा अभी जो आप उनसे बात की सर।
Hmm. Fantastic. Great, Ram Kishore. All the best for you. Think his internet got stuck anyway. Cool. So I think we can wind up the session now, and I hope you all are having a great time during the program. And I hope we can, let everyone interact, but we will, have more opportunities in future sessions like this, and we will do more of such interactions. So that's about it, guys. Over to you, Kamna.
Yeah, I think that was very nice, very interesting. And I'll also keep it short. Basically, just, what's going to happen is today we'll share the recording of this Q&A session. Your next Q&A would be next Thursday. And tomorrow your week 2 lesson will also be released. Just go ahead, have a plan, and, continue executing. Don't push. That's the only suggestion. All other inputs, anyone else who wants to, share, will definitely give opportunities in the next session. So see you all live. Take care. Hope today's session was insightful, interesting, and you're double excited and energetic to continue your particular DDIP journey. Take care. Stay safe. See you all next week. Bye-bye.